I found out a lot about myself, laying in there in the hospital bed.
In 1993, on the evening before the 97th Boston Marathon, Chronicle met up with Bob Nickell, who was preparing to compete in the wheelchair division.
What happened was I was in an automobile accident almost 2 years ago. It's tough to wake up one morning and find out that you're not going to walk anymore.
That was then.
I was going to do my best not to let this slow me down.
This is now.
Every time I see that, I get a little...
It's been more than 30 years, but Nichols still remembers a few details we didn't hear back in 1993.
When we got to the hills, my wheel started to unscrew. And I pulled over in Cleveland Circle. I saw a kid on a BMX bicycle. And I said, "Hey, buddy, do you have an Allen key by any chance?" He said, "I sure do." So 2 guys tipped me up on my side, they tightened my wheel back up, and I remember every minute of that race like it was yesterday.
Nicholl also remembers a special relationship with Bob Hall, the very first wheelchair racer to officially complete the Boston Marathon back in 1975. Hall went on to innovate the racing chair with his Cambridge company, Hall's Wheels, and mentored countless athletes, including Nicholl.
He built me my first chair. I didn't know how to turn the chair, I didn't know how to stop it, and he's got me zigzagging between bikers and runners. Bob was huge for me. This was a remembrance of the last Boston I ever ran, 1996.
While Nicholl and his wife, Diane Cody, are happy to look back at his many accomplishments, they don't live in the past.
One of the most fun things we do is every Sunday we go to the hockey rink and watch the 3-year-old and the 5-year-old skate.
And what's his advice for these young athletes?
Your limitations are set by yourself. If you want to do something, don't look for reasons why you can't. Look for ways you can.
The Boston Marathon features some of the best runners in the world, and the wheelchair division is no exception.
We go to warm up, and I got guys, Urs Van Dyke, Daniel, all the fast guys next to me. I'm thinking to myself, what's a little kid from Plymouth doing here with these guys?
Rob Costa has run Boston 4 times, each time with the same goal.
The goal is never to finish the race. I would not be going there if the goal was just to finish the race. It's me against me.
Costa's competitive fire was born during years playing local sports as one of 3 brothers.
We spent our life outside. TV wasn't a thing.
He met his soulmate Michelle at the gym. No surprise there, and it was she who first mentioned the idea of running a marathon.
And a month later, I broke my back. So at first it was my joke of that's how I got out of a marathon. But while laying in Spalding, I decided I was going to run a marathon and set Boston as a goal.
The road to Boston isn't easy under ideal circumstances, but Rob Costa was facing the challenge of his life in uncharted territory.
Coming home was the hardest part. I didn't know how I was going to get into my house. Ricardo Builders showed up and told me there was a ramp on my house. I didn't know how I was going to get around. Next thing I know, NE Services and Performance Automotive have me a truck sitting in the driveway. The lobster traps had my back the whole time.
The list of supporters is long, many of the names he wears proudly on his jersey, but the depth of his gratitude to his community literally left him speechless.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
While he couldn't find the words to express his gratitude, he certainly found action, completing 4 Boston Marathons in the past 4 years and 1 Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii.
To show him you don't give up, maybe that's my way to pay him back.
While Costa may be an inspiration to many, competing in his 5th Boston Marathon was to inspire his biggest supporters, his wife and kids.
3 young kids at home. April rolls around, we're going to Boston, we got 26.2 miles to do. Best day in the city. I'll be going as long as they have me.
And we are so happy to say that Rob Costa finished today in just over 2 hours and 17 minutes. Incredible. Congrats to Rob.
Absolutely. And while Bob Hall was the first sanctioned wheelchair entrant back in 1975, he was not the first to complete the course in a wheelchair. In 1970, Vietnam veteran Eugene Roberts was the first unofficial wheelchair racer.